Welcome back to another video, and today into this video we're going to get straight into it. I'm going to be showing you the exact Instagram warm-up process that I use for my own clients to start scaling outreach, right? In the past videos I've made videos on how basically I send 2,000, 3,000 DMs a day, and I really never went over the process of how you can set up your own accounts to get started on that process as soon as possible. And this is also the same setup process I use for all my clients to actually start scaling their outbound process. So if you're a person that wanted to scale your own outreach, then this video is for you. Or if you're looking forward to work with me and you want to see exactly how we actually set up that process, then this video is for you. So to start off, before we actually launch any outreach campaign, we need to ensure that each Instagram account is like fully warm to avoid restrictions, maximize deliverability, and maintain credibility. And our method ensures a smooth ramp up over 7 to 14 days, allowing for a safe, scalable outreach. Now you may be thinking, oh, 14 days, that's too long, right? But what you don't understand is that you need to take your time with this, right? Instagram will flag your account very, very fast if you're just making fresh accounts and just blasting outreach. There is an entire process that you need to do to ensure that your accounts don't get banned, so you can actually be able to send outreach messages at max scale as soon as possible. So to start off, the first step, obviously, is to actually set up the account profile optimization. And we start off by basically optimizing the account. We make a fresh email, we create a username, name, all that stuff. And this is how we optimize the new profile, right? We start by optimizing the account to appear professional and trustworthy. If we're working with somebody, then we'll have them give us profile pictures or maybe professional images of themselves to add a profile picture, right? And the username would be a clean, brandable name, no random numbers, no weird stuff. For instance, my client right here, Jesse, we just installed a simple underscore. His main account is a dot. We can do stuff like that that's similar to your main username. And for the bio formula, the best formula that you can use, you can literally, it's not that complicated, right? But you just want a smooth bio that actually explains what you do and conducts it in a professional way that doesn't look weird and spammy, right? So we're going to use this guy, for example. His name is Jesse Sansalone. For the first line, you want it to basically say who you serve. The second line is basically the problem you solve, and the third line is the call to action. And as far as the first line, this is where you put, I guess you could say, the display name, and this is not necessarily directly in the bio, but what a lot of people do is they put their display name, and then they put the little divider, and then they put who they basically are. For instance, if you're a fitness coach for teens that want to lose weight, you could say your name right here, right? And then a divider, and you could basically say fat loss coach for teens. And that would be the first line, right? And then if you can see right here, the second line is actually the problem that you solve / credibility. There's two examples that you can do on this account right here. What he put for his was he helps men become stronger, more confident without no diet restriction, only real results. And that's basically the problem that he solves in his unique value proposition. And another thing that you can do is actually just adding credibility. And on the backup account that he has right here is he just basically says all of his accomplishments, right? And basically, he was a natural pro 2 times, 8 times, 15 times, 3 times, 2 times for all these different medals, right? And that adds credibility and actually communicates that he knows what he's talking about, right? And then for the last line, you basically just want to put some call to action like apply to work with me, book your free discovery call, and then from there you can add your calendar link. You can add you want to specifically add your calendar link, right? You don't want to specifically link it directly to a sales page, but you want to actually qualify people before they actually get into there. Right. I know this is not a video on actually qualifying prospects, but basically the best bet is you want to have some type of calendar link or some type of jot form. So basically people can actually qualify before they actually receive your actual coaching. And that's basically it for optimizing that part. The link in bio again, calendar, Linktree, or the website for credibility again. And then for the first 3 to 6 posts that you will put on this account, you want to have posts that show value, expertise, or social proof. For instance, you could just post testimonials, free tips, success stories, right? Or you could just put pictures of yourself, selfies, posts, all that good stuff, right? And this is a perfect example of what this will look like. It doesn't have to be too crazy. It can just be simple to show Instagram that you're not a bot, right? And the second part is step 2, which is gradual activity. And this goes from day 3 to day 7. The first 2 days is for actually optimizing the profile, but it can obviously go quicker than that, right? You can do that in a day. But let's say for this is between day 2 to 7, the first week. First off, what you want to do is you want to actually do human-based activities to prevent Instagram from flagging the account as a bot. And the best way to do that is you want to follow 20 to 30 target prospects per day. per day, right? And for our own clients, we build an entire lead list so we can just go straight off that lead list. But depending on the niche that you use, you just want to basically follow 20 to 30 target prospects that would fit your actual type of, I guess you could say, coaching. And then the second part is you want to like and comment on 10 to 15 Instagram posts per day, again, from these targeted accounts. And again, if you're like a consultant or agency owner and you target, let's say, business owners that's in the real estate niche, then you would basically just follow 20 to 30 realtors and then just comment on their posts, 10 to 15 posts a day. You can do this alone, but me personally, for our clients, we do hire a VA to do all this stuff for us because again, we don't have time to do all that, right? And again, another thing that you can add in is you can also watch and react to 5 to 10 stories per day. And you can post the 1 to 2 times per week. Reels or carousels work the best, right? You don't necessarily have to post stories. But if you want to post stories, 3 to 5 stories per day, using different interactives like using polls, questions to create engagement, right? And by day 5 to 7, Instagram will recognize the accounts as active and legitimate, right? And then for step 3, this is from, I guess, the second week after you do all the warm-up process, right? You want to actually start like outreach. This is the day that you can actually start outreach, and you would start outreach the week after, right? And we begin low volume outreach to test engagement and avoid triggering Instagram spam filters, right? And the first thing that we do is we engage, right? First engage, outreach second. This means like post, reply to a story, or do something like that before DMing, right? And again, this goes back to what I had one time, which is our pre-traffic touch points. And this also increases deliverability and increases the rate of somebody actually open your DM. And right, you can do that through commenting on a random video, following them, commenting on a comment, or liking a video. And you don't want to spam these too much because these all do count as actions, and you can still get action blocked if you spam them or do them too aggressively. So you want to kind of, I guess, isolate the time that you're doing these pre-traffic touch points before you actually send your outreach message. And again, you want to send 10 to 15 DMs per day, and you want to keep them personalized and natural. No copy and pasting mass messages. And for our automation system that we use for our clients, before we actually install this, we would have somebody personally, we would supply a VA, and we apply them with specific, I guess you could say, 5 to 10 different scripts that they can use so they can all be personalized, right? And then we would actually move on to automation, and then we can actually start sending the same DM more frequently instead of having to personalize every single thing, because that's just an even longer process to make better DMs, right? And this example sucks, so we're just going to remove this, right? But I actually do have a way that I actually personally craft my DMs to get the best response rate possible, and that's actually what allowed me to get a 17% response rate to my cold DMs. And this is my own personal sheet, and this is my response rate, right? Using the exact formula that I use to actually send DMs. For instance, I can actually type you out an example. And the DM that I actually put together, which is, for example, a fitness coach, was looking for busy professionals that want to lose weight without a restrictive diet. I put together a system that helps you lose weight without intense time-consuming workouts while eating the foods that they love. Mind if I share? And this is really straight to the point because it's kind of vague, but it's also kind of giving a breath of fresh air, and it's also increasing curiosity. And this is the perfect way to do all of that while also keeping the message short. So you want to kind of frame something that looks similar to this. Things to avoid: you want to avoid sending 50 plus DMs, obviously, within that first week, because you're going to get freaking restricted, right? And also using the same message for every single person. We kind of mentioned that before, but you kind of want to manually do this yourself. But for my own clients personally, we have a VA that does this. Step 4, scaling outreach. This is after day 10, day 14, kind of going on to the week 2 mark or the week 3 mark. And once the account is actually warmed up, we can gradually increase outreach volume while maintaining engagement. For example, week 2, we did 20 to 30 DMs. Week 3, we can do 30 to 50 DMs. And now week 4, we can do 50 to 80 DMs with proper engagement. And that's essentially how you want to do that. And you don't want to go over 100 DMs, especially after the first month. All you want to do is just keep it at least under 100 a day while also still doing the proper engagement, but being very, very wary of who you're doing it for, right? Because all these different things still act as actions, and you don't want to get freaking banned, right? And the final best practices is engaging with posts and stories before sending DMs. And again, using all these pre-traffic touch points right here to actually increase deliverability and your response rate if you want to get a crazy response rate like I have, obviously, right? And also, you never want to link like anything in the first message. A lot of you guys are sending freaking links or linking your Loom videos or linking your sales assets in that very first message, and you don't want to do that. And kind of the exact formula that I do it is kind of like this. It's very short and simple, but first off, you want to actually get a response before you send something. That's basically how you want to keep it. And if you're a person that's impatient, here are some things that you can do to kind of speed up the process a little bit. And for business owners that need a quicker, I guess, warm-up process, the additional method that you can use is using already aged Instagram accounts. For instance, if you have any old Instagram accounts that you made in 2017, I guess, to save any type of weird videos that you was watching, or you had a burner account or anything of that sort, you can use those accounts because they're actually already aged. And if you were already interacting with that account, they also already have engagement history. You can also ask old friends. You can ask, I guess, relatives that don't use social media anymore if you can use their accounts, or you can buy accounts. Buying accounts is a less safer option, but it definitely works if you do it correctly. And that's basically, yeah, you can use age Instagram accounts so you don't have to start new fresh ones, right? Another one is actually multi-account rotation. Running outreach from multiple warmed up accounts already that you already have is actually a good way to do that, obviously. And if you're a person that just has 2 accounts that you're doing outreach with and you're rotating between those, what are you doing? And that's why I say you really want to have as many accounts as possible, because the only cap that you have in outreach, again, is how many accounts that you have to do outreach. And doing this is way better than paid ads, because think about it like this. Paid ads, $500 to get 2,000 qualified leads or prospects. Running outreach, you can send 2,000 messages to direct qualified prospects in a day. So if you're somebody that's first starting out, you're not doing outreach, and you're getting told by some loser guru that outreach sucks, you're a loser yourself, right? And the third step that you can do is actually paid engagement boost. Running a small ad, again, if you want to do that, you can charge $1 to $2 a day to generate engagement and make the account look active faster. For instance, if you're making posts or you're posting testimonials, if you want to make it kind of look, I guess, more alive, then you can also run ads to generate just a little bit of engagement for those posts. And here's a not so ethical way that you can do this, and I will actually give you this, right? You can also use an SMM panel. I don't recommend this at all, right? Because doing this, creating fake engagement, it's not going to help you, right, in the long term. But if you're creating, I guess you could say, accounts that you don't plan on using for the long term, then you can use a social media marketing tool. Like, for instance, this one is Desno. I'm not sure if this still works, but this is something that I used to use to actually kind of give, I guess you could say, a bit of life to the account, even though it's not really life. But all this basically does is you can basically just load on bots to your account. Again, this is not ethical, but if this is something that you feel like it's absolutely necessary, right, then Desno is a really cheap option, especially if you just want to have maybe a few likes on your post or maybe just a little bit amount of followers on that account. And basically, yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that personally, but if that's something that you want, then you can use a social media marketing tool just like this. You don't have to use this one specifically because this one has kind of been a little wonky lately. But yeah, and that's basically it for this video. And again, for our own clients, we can automate this entire process for you so you don't ever have to worry about it. We can literally get like 10 plus accounts up for you within 2 weeks, right? And we also automate everything using this insane freaking software that I put together, this automation right here, that basically finds prospects and sends messages to prospects. And the best part about it is that it tracks every single piece of important data that you would need. It automatically does everything. It automatically tracks KPIs. So I feel like this is the best thing, because if you're personally manually tracking outreach, I know that's going to take hours and hours of your day every single day to be like, okay, I just reached out to this person, today's date, sent all that nonsense, right? And with this software, right, you can literally do all that on autopilot, right? So if this is something that you're interested in personally for your business and you don't want to have to do all that stuff to warm out accounts, send me a DM on my Instagram below and we can book a quick call and I can show you exactly how this works and we can set this up for you as soon as possible. And if you like content like this, or you want another tutorial on how to do anything related to outreach, just literally like comment below and I'll make a new video based on it, because I actually do like to help people and I like to give away a lot of value for free. And I will actually show you the exact process on how to do everything yourself. And I feel like it's the biggest things that separates me from most people, is that I'll show you exactly how to implement a system for yourself. But if you want that system automated for you, then that is when you come back to me and I'm your guy for it, right? So again, if the automation is something that you're interested in, make sure you just send me a DM below on my Instagram below and we can actually set that up for you. We can hop on a quick call and I can explain everything for you. And if you actually love the value in this video and you can't wait to actually start scaling your outreach and start getting those clients and start booking those calls, good luck to you, right? And I post videos like this all the time on this page for free. So if you like this, I'm the best non-guru out here, right? And basically just like, follow, subscribe for free. All that stuff would help out a lot. And peace.